Now that innovation actually is reporting to an operator, which doesn't happen in most companies, how do you think about that? How far out of the kind of box are you guys going into that uncomfortable disruptive category?
Well, so one of the things I think about this model I talked about that competes in a somewhat Amazon-type space, so there's a lot of other types of people in that space,
yep.
but not intended to be. I mean, the original thing was we were trying to figure out what do you do in Japan that could actually work, and that original investment was about $10 million, and as I said, worth well over $1 billion today. And so some of these things, they might have a transformational runway, but the initial work might be iterative, and I think part of it is staying with it long enough, because we had some bumps along the way, staying with it long enough to say, is this actually workable, and being okay with the fact that the mission of that investment actually changes somewhat over time. So we've had a couple of those things. Our investment in e-commerce, we started a transactional e-com platform in 1995, and at that point the discussion was that e-com would very early, didn't work very well, didn't generate a lot of revenue, but today we're one of the largest online retailers in North America, and so some of that's also saying, well, at the time that was incremental, but we could see the vision where it could be transformational and sticking with it through some challenging periods.
Wow, so your competitor list must be bizarre. It could be Home Depot, it could be anybody, because you can get a lot of these goods, not your mix, but some of the
Yes.
different incremental pockets that companies, consumables they need. Opportunity, or is that more of a threat?
So in North America, we estimate the market's about $140 billion. We are the biggest player. We're 3 times the size of the number 2 player, and we have a 6% market share. So you would find very few. You would find very few markets that we have this very strong leadership position, great brand recognition, great supply chain infrastructure, great technology infrastructure, but this huge growth opportunity. And so we're tackling that both from an organic perspective, but also from an acquisition perspective as well.
Yeah, so you like the build, buy, borrow funnel and looking at different ways to partner. And so I know we're going to bring you in here for a Dancing with Startups thing. I just have a question for the class. Do you think they would be a good one for the next semester to create some new products for them? Wouldn't that be cool? There's one last question I wanted to ask. When you look at the funnel of ideas coming in, cost-based ones versus revenue growth opportunities, you're listening to your teams, you've got massive cost savings innovation that can go on. And do you tend to focus more on that these days? Or?
I would like us to be focusing as much. We tend to, because the revenue stuff's sexier.
So for instance, cutting out call center times, there's just so many things that they have massive billions of dollars of infrastructure that you can just, it's really appealing, but is it fun for the employees is where I was going.
Yeah, and I was...
cost side versus the, hey, this is really cool stuff. Like, I want to be able to 3D print a hammer in the vending machine. That kind of
right.
That's
Everyone wants to work on that.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, because the business is so heavily integrated, that all of those things require a lot of cross-functional value stream mapping work that is really hard and takes a long time to get at. So one of the other things we've done is built up, similar to the innovation team, it's almost productivity innovation team with a group of people that we funded, put a really strong, young, hypo leader in that group under my global CFO. And so we're actually tackling that in the same way we've tried to tackle innovation, and we're trying to make it as sexy as the thing that you just described, which we may or may not be working on.
I've already patented that, so don't. We'll talk later. If any of these guys wanted to work for Grainger, what would you like to see? What kind of people you want to hire in the next few years?
Yeah, so it really depends on the job function. One of the great things about Grainger is that there's a great opportunity to move across many different functions. So I've worked in supply chain branches, sales, marketing, biz dev, I've run every country that we operate in around the world. There's a great chance for young, smart, hardworking, collaborative, customer-focused people to come win, come develop, come grow, come be part of a successful company, and have a chance to move through a bunch of different functions. But smart, hardworking, like working with other people, nice, care about customers, want to win, want to do well in the community. All those things are really important to us.
And they have to keep up with you, so that's not easy either. I want to thank you for coming on a Saturday.
Pleasure.
Huge.
Pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you.